Good morning. I'm super grateful to be here with you today. It is a great day. I have people in my yard again. Somehow they wander on over and there they are. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see you. Good little reminder. This has got to be probably my favorite mug. Also, if you would like to send me a mug that would be featured on this live meditation, you totally can do that. And if it's a rad mug, I'll totally sport it and share it with the world. So if you would like to send a mug of your liking, just personal message me. I'll give you the details. You can send it right on over and I will feature it right here on Morning Meditation with Coach Bree. So let's be fierce today. I'm digging it, and it's every day when I hop on here, it's always amazing and beautiful, and I love how whatever it's going to be for the day happens so organically. Again, I may have said this before. Some people have asked me, how do you know what you're going to talk about? I usually don't until the morning of, and most often until I plant my butt on this ground right here, that I know what's going to come through. And so it's really, really great. I've had some really amazing conversation with people over the last couple of days. I always get lots of ideas flowing. I don't know about y'all, but my week has been so full of so much creativity. How about you? You been lit up this week? Are you feeling that creative energy? I am. So many ideas. And I don't know about y'all, but my challenge, the way my brain works, is I get too many ideas. It's not too many. I get a lot of ideas and I want to go in 87 directions with them all. When, again, whatever my mountaintop is, and setting those bars, and I forget to do that sometimes, and next thing I know I'm pulled in 17 different directions because I've said yes to 17 different things in my head, that is. And so I'm learning how to rein it all in. That's actually why I have really brilliant people around me. It's because they're like, slow down, that's too much, you need to like or I start going off on a tangent or something and my partner's like, let's bring it back down a couple notches, 87 notches, and let's really focus in on this one thing. So that one's a keeper. So beautiful, beautiful week, tons of creative flow, and navigating fear and pain with grit and grace. And I love the notion. I don't know if it's been posted yet, but I love the quote that I shared recently that says, push yourself, don't punish yourself. There's a difference. And for me, growing up as an athlete, and that was a large part of my identity growing up, as being an athlete, all things with that, right? That I'm tough and I have to keep pushing through, that when I get an injury, I'm fine, I'm gonna disregard it because the game must go on. I don't want to lose my spot, so I need to stay in. All of these things that go through our heads, or at least went through mine as an athlete, I'm sure we can all relate with in life. It's essentially the culmination of all of our conditioning and the way that we think and process. And as we grow, the whole point to this thing here called life that we do, the whole point to consciousness and to elevating that, is so that we can relieve ourselves on purpose of some of those thought patterns that no longer serve us and that nobody taught us balance to. And so that's the notion of grit and grace. There's times for grit and there's times for grace. And wisdom is knowing the difference between the two. So it's a really important thing to remember. And it's been something I've had to really sharpen in my life. My tendencies, those deep, deep-seated roots, are to really be hard on myself, to really find fault and criticism in everything I'm doing, to be aware of how I'm not quite good enough, and really practicing a mindset and an intention around pushing myself, but giving myself grace along the way. There's no need to punish ourselves when we push ourselves. There is a difference. I don't have to berate myself or beat myself up or focus on my imperfections, my flaws, or how many mistakes I'm making and how horrible I am because of it, and then the shame, and then the guilt, and snowball effect. Instead, I can push myself. I can know the difference. And this is what I love about this practice. It's in the stillness where we take away all of the distractions for a moment and we get connected to our breath, and we get connected to Source, we get connected to God, we get connected to the universe. We dial into any other helpers that we have in our life, whatever it is that you practice or believe in, the frequencies that we can tap into. But it's a practice, and it's a practice of being able to dial into those. And in those moments, I'm able to find the difference in when I can push myself and when maybe I need to give myself a little bit of room. So it's gas pedal, brake pedal, gas pedal, brake pedal. Not gas pedal into a wall because we want to self-sabotage, and not brake pedal completely because we want to self-sabotage. It's finding the balance of knowing when to hit that gas pedal and knowing when to hit the brake pedal. Fear and pain, two things we are all going to experience, not only constantly in our life, probably even on a daily basis, to varying degrees. However, still things that we need to address. And in our mindfulness, and the reason we practice this right here, the reason I have this practice, the reason I hit my butt on the ground or your mat or whatever it is, the reason I come to stillness is for those moments, is so that in moments of challenge, I know how to navigate. And in those moments of challenge, I don't get stuck punishing myself, beating myself up. I don't get stuck swirling the drain of fear and telling the story one after the other of everything that can go wrong, or feeling pain and staying in it. I see you, Kathy. Welcome, welcome, beauty. I also have the live Zoom call going on as well, so you're also welcome to jump in on that as well. And so, but it's good to have you here. It's good to see you, Kathy. And so I'm really excited to dive into this today, because it's such a good practice for us to be aware that we do have a decision, that we are the ones pushing the pedals. There is nobody else pounding that gas pedal to the floor at times when everything inside of us is screaming, slow down. There's nobody else slamming on those brakes, coming to a screeching halt, stopping all of your momentum because you're swirling the drain of fear. That's us. And so the work that we get to do, the work that we get to do is the gift. This right here. And the more we do this, the better of an operator we become. We truly begin to feel and get an honest sense of being the driver in the seat of our own lives, of being the director, writing out this movie that we are living in, writing in the people into the roles that we want and need most. That's what this is. That's what we're here for. And so the more we practice, the more capable we are. So a quick hello to everyone that I see that is watching, that hopped on, that said, be fierce and hi, and good morning, grateful for another day. Me too. Super happy to be here with you all. And sending all of the love in the world right back to you. And oh, I see another lovely soul on live Zoom. Another beautiful face over there. Hi, hi. Yes. So it's good to have you. It's good to have you all here. And today, let's not just be here and leave the mat or leave our butts and go about our days and go back onto autopilot. This is why we're here. This is why we sit in the stillness, to turn off the autopilot and to turn on our mindfulness and our consciousness. That's why we're here. That's what we're here for. So that we can begin to live every day mindfully instead of automatically. And that is a much better way to live. It puts our butts in the driver's seat. And I don't know about you, but I certainly don't want someone else dictating how this life goes for me. I certainly don't want somebody else and their emotions or their emotional roller coaster impacting or causing me to take this really bumpy ride. And so I'm remembering in yesterday's meditation, we said we would talk about empaths, and I will next week, or maybe tomorrow. Just leave you hanging a little bit. I have a really, really wonderful perception, I think. I don't know, maybe that's a bit egotistical. I have a different perception, or perspective is the word I mean to use, on empaths and being empathic and empathy, but it's an important one. So let's dive in today with grateful hearts Let's be open. Let's turn off autopilot. Let's turn on intentionality, purposefulness, and mindfulness. And with my bulletproof coffee and my Be Fierce mug, I'm going to fiercely zen hard and gently with you today. We're going to gas pedal, brake pedal today with a lot of grace. So as always, I am open-handed and open-hearted. As always, I am right here with you, present. And so do that for yourself today too. You got nowhere else to be. You made the decision to be here. Be here. Be here. Honor yourself. Something inside of you said to be here. So now honor that. You deserve it. And so let's begin with our breath, connecting to our breath. This practice is a practice of being present, of the decision to be present, of taking our mind from all of the chaos and the clutter, the stories and the loops that happen in our mind, slowing them down, connecting to the present. So breathe deeply in, expanding in your diaphragm, then expanding in your chest, and slowly exhale. Allowing your body to be upright, allowing your connection to yourself to be supreme and most and first. In this way we can listen in and hear all of the insights that God has for us, that Source has for us today. Breathe deeply in, slow and long, inviting in that gift of the present. The present is the present. It is the gift. It is the joy. Just right here. As you breathe deeply in and exhale long and slow, just let your awareness open, your creativity open. Allow yourself to be 100% right here. Breathing deeply in, slowing the mind down, slowing everything down. This intentional practice, we reduce stress. We reduce the body's sense and need to squeeze and to hold on to what we don't need. That's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is the space where we become ultimately present and where we let go and surrender completely. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more long, deep breaths. Breathe deeply in. Exhale long and slow, letting go. 1 more big deep breath, long, slow inhalation. Expand, expand, expand. And exhale, letting go. Beautiful. Let's just take a little moment. Let's plant that gratitude beneath, around, and within us. If you were a bird making your nest, let's create a nest of gratitude. If you were a carpenter, let's build that foundation. Whatever creator you are, set yourself up. Gratitude beneath you, gratitude around you, and gratitude within you. It's a beautiful way for us to learn. Shit can't grow in a bed of gratitude. It may land there, but it ain't going anywhere so long as we connect deeply to gratitude. That is a practice of life, choosing gratitude amidst the storm. And the more you utilize this practice right here, the practice of slowing everything down when the world around you wants you to run around, wants you to embrace the chaos, you don't. You choose to calm down, slow down, and navigate. Let's come up to the top of our heads, where our crown chakra is, where our source is connected to our insight. Let's open up the top of your head. Imagine allowing that space, that portal, whatever it is for you, to open up. Today we want to welcome in all of the awareness, the mindfulness, and the insights. That is the purpose of our practice. To increase our awareness, welcome in insightfulness in order to create transformation. And so as we begin with our head, through our body scan, let's begin here. Have we had peace of mind? Have we had tension, headaches? Are we feeling calm? Have we been able to slow things down? Have things been racing too fast? Just be aware. Be aware and in tune with your truth. No need to run from the truth. Lean into it. That's where our expansion is. Moving down to your neck and your shoulders. If we are carrying pain or excessive tension here, what weight am I carrying on my shoulders, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically? That is not my burden to carry? Or what burden did I create in my mind and set upon my shoulders? That is not mine. Can I set it down? Can I put it to the side? Can I allow Source to take care of that? Can I allow God to take care of that? As we move down the body, connect to the arms. Relax your arms, but dial in. What are they carrying and squeezing and holding on to that you know surrender would ask you to let go of? Are we worried about money? Are we worried about family? Are we worried about our relationships? Are we squeezing things in life? The natural response to squeezing is resistance. The more we squeeze, the more we're met with resistance, within and outside of ourselves. Relax the arms. Let go. Trust. Move down into your chest. Breathe deeply in. Feel your chest expand and open. Allow your heart to do the same, or notice, is my heart feeling a little tender today? Have I been hard on my heart? Have others been hard on my heart? As a result, am I creating walls there instead of openness? Am I feeling fear? Fear of not getting what I want, fear of not being loved enough, fear of not being met with my needs. Can I open it up? Can I put down the stories? Can I choose surrender? Can I allow love in? The highest frequency. Just tune into what you're feeling. Tune into that connection in your heart. Let's bring the balance in operating in our lives with our head and our hearts. We are a whole, not parts. Moving down the body as you breathe deeply into your diaphragm, into your stomach. Expand and allow your stomach to expand. Give everything inside of your physical body room to exist, room to function well. Do we have knots in our stomach because of anxiety and fear? Do we have pain in our stomach because we're not feeding it well? Are we carrying extra weight because we're not being good to our bodies? Which means we're not being good to ourselves. Our bodies are our indicators. When something achieves a physical level, it is simply because we are not hearing it at a spiritual, mental, and emotional level. And so pain and discomfort shows up in the body. We're just observing this so that we can trace it back to what the deep need is. Following down into your root chakra, into your hips. What are you holding on to in the past that causes resistance here? Pain, tightness. What do you need to forgive? What story has been a part of your identity that doesn't serve you, that keeps you stuck? And what do you gain when you let go of that story? What do you gain when you give yourself grace and permission to be loved? As we move down the body into the legs and the feet, are we moving? Are we aware of our roots? Are we intentionally planting them where we would like to every single day? In a bed of gratitude. Are the steps we are taking, metaphorically and literally, guiding us in the direction we want to go? Or are we marching away from what matters most? Just be aware of what comes through. This practice is about progress. It's about growth. It's about sharpening our awareness, allowing our ears to tune in to frequencies that we cannot hear when we are running around and scrambled. It's about seeing with new lenses because we took the time to clean them. Breathe deeply in. Let's welcome in some gratitude for today. Let's be aware for a moment of where fear exists in our lives. Tuning in to all areas of life. Do I have fear about money? Am I always fearful of not having enough? Am I always fearful of where it's going to come from? Where am I operating with scarcity? Am I afraid for my health? Am I navigating with restrictive tendencies and fearful tendencies? Am I pushing people away or beating myself up because I'm scared? Am I choosing fear constantly for others and therefore creating restrictive energy in the direction of others instead of love and trust? Am I fearful about how my family will be, how they will grow? Or am I choosing love and trust, personal responsibility? And what about in my work? Am I still operating with trust and faith? Am I choosing fear? Maybe I don't have a job right now, and I'm absolutely stifled by fear and stuck and afraid. And what does that mean? And what's going to happen? Breathe deeply in. Be honest about whatever fear is coming up. And tell yourself the truth. The truth is, what we focus on, where we put our attention, we will create more of it. So let us not navigate towards fear. Let us become aware of it so that we can choose trust. Are you fearful in your relationship of losing someone? So fearful. Our behaviors are restrictive, tense, aggressive. Are we afraid we're not enough? Just be aware of what comes up. Do you have pain, loss, spiritually? struggling to connect to your higher power. Mentally, dealing with loss or wounding or hurting or shame or guilt. Emotionally, feeling things that are keeping you stuck and unwell. Physically, is your body breaking down because it needs you to listen? Just become aware of the fear and the pain that truly exists in our lives. Don't be afraid. Just be aware. What is it here to teach you? Am I experiencing fear and pain in my life because I'm not challenging myself in an honest way? Because I'm not pushing myself? Because I'm choosing to be a victim of my circumstance? Am I looking at life like, why is this happening to me? Instead of, this is happening for me. There's a lesson here. There's a higher learning here that elevates me, and I want to find it. Seek that insight. Am I choosing fear? Am I choosing pain? Am I continuing to choose to write those stories that keep me stuck? Where do I need a little bit more grit in my life? Where do I need to push myself? I know I can do better. I've done better before. I've been there before. I know I'm capable of more. I know deep in my heart I deserve more. What comes up when you tell yourself these things? I want more. I can be better. I am better. I will be better. And where am I beating myself up? Did I stumble? Did I make a mistake? Did I fall short of perfect again? And beating myself up. Maybe that looks like telling myself that I can't. Maybe that looks like seeking things in my life to prove that I'm not good enough. And what would happen if you blacked out those lenses that are always seeking to prove you're not good enough? And what would happen if you turned a light on some new lenses? These lenses aim to always see your progress. What would happen if you put those lenses on today? What would happen if you chose eyes to see the goodness within you and all around you, within you and in all others? Do you get a sense already of how differently your experience would become? If I am always seeking the goodness, the growth, the opportunity in a circumstance, and where do I have but to go towards that? When we wear lenses of perceiving opportunity within struggle, when we wear lenses of seeking a higher lesson inside of pain, we have nowhere to go but to elevate to that frequency of higher learning. And what are you doing in your life to become better at that? What are you practicing on a regular basis to become a better operator? Turning the light on the lenses of opportunity and turning off the lenses of judgment and criticism. And if you are not practicing this daily, how do you get better? How can I do it on purpose? everything? How can I focus on pushing myself when I need to? How can I focus on giving myself grace when I need to? How do I hear the difference within me? Am I even listening to understand the difference? Am I being accountable to striving and becoming a better version of myself than the day before? What do I have in place in my life? Whether it's a discipline and a practice in my own life or others around me who I know will help hold me accountable and support me and love me. How do I get better at knowing when to push the gas pedal and when to push the brake pedal? What am I doing to sharpen that skill? How am I attuning my ears and my eyes? Am I listening to my feelings or am I shutting them out? Am I listening to my feelings to learn from them? Or am I turning them up to stay in them? And from this moment, what am I going to commit to? What am I going to do that I know will sharpen my ears for listening to my inner voice and my source? What am I going to commit to doing to sharpen my eyes and to wear the lenses of opportunity every day? To seek opportunity at every moment. Opportunity to love more. Opportunity to push harder. Opportunity to slow down when I need to. Opportunity to show up in kindness. Opportunity to excel and strive. What am I going to commit to right now? What is the baby step? What is the incremental improvement I can make and commit to right now? Breathe deeply in. Let go. Before you begin your day, my gentle challenge to you is to write down somewhere. Tell me, tell someone what you are going to do to sharpen those lenses, to sharpen those ears, to tune in. This is specifically what I am going to do, because I will hear better what I need most, because I will see more clearly what my heart desires most. Do not leave your space, your time, and your worth right here in this spot that you are. Take it with you. As we accept change and transformation in our life, it is because we lean into doing the work. This time that we take right now is so that in moments of absolute chaos and distress, we are always behind the driver's seat, hands on the wheel, deciding whether to push forward or slow down, listening. Before you leave this space today, know exactly what you are going to do to be a better listener in your life to yourself and source, and to see with new eyes. Let's wear new lenses today. Grit and grace, we can choose both, but the wisdom is in knowing which to choose. Let's breathe deeply in and exhale long and slow. deeply in. And exhale long, slow, and let go. Breathe deeply in. Exhale, letting go. We're going to do 2 more big deep breaths. Breathe deeply in. Feel that gratitude and that love. And let go. And 1 more. Breathe deeply, deeply, deeply in. Expand, expand. And exhale into total surrender. It's a bit like freedom, huh? It is for me. So good. So how are you feeling today? After spending some time really dialed in, I would love to hear about what came up for you. I'll tell you something that is really powerful for me during this time in these meditations is learning how to slow everything down. No matter how we all do it, for me it's a practice of really opening up and allowing whatever needs to come through to come through. I practice that in many areas in my life. And even here, where I experience just that, moving out of the way, it teaches me to surrender and trust. It teaches me to be so present. And you know, that translates absolutely and directly right into just about every avenue of my life. Being able to slow down, being able to see clearly, being able to listen. What do I need? And am I operating from that space, or am I operating from a space of scarcity? And being able to tell the difference is huge. Because if we don't, or if we can't, we find ourselves swirling inside of fear and pain. So tell me, I would love to hear what came up for you. What did you learn today? How did your practice help you to listen more intently or to see more clearly? Hello to all of you saying hello. Paul says, thank you, Brianna. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, brother, so much. Amanda, thank you. As always, I am ready to get into my day with focus. I love that. I too have trouble narrowing my focus at times. This stillness helps me to do that. Yep. It is not tapering my dreams, but focusing them to be more effective. I love that. I love that notion. It's not about throwing any of them out. It's not about putting any of them down or giving them up even. It's about prioritizing. It's about efficacy, as Amanda shared. It is, absolutely. We can have it all. We can do it all. We just have to know how to structure things, and we find that in the stillness. Very nice. Thank you for the share, Amanda. Trella, feel very connected and great. Today, my mug says, let your faith be bigger than your fear. Whoa! There's no coincidence there. I love that. Absolutely, Trella. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Absolutely. But that's a practice. That's how we do it. Over and over again, when fear comes in, we have to consciously choose. No, faith. I know exactly. Everything is going to work out. And I trust that. That's it. It's beautiful. I love the shares. I see all of the hearts and the thumbs up and the shares. And if I didn't get to your share, or I don't catch it on time before we hop off, I want you to know I will always respond. I'm so thankful for you being here. And John says, great reminders. Thank you, sir. Indeed, it is for me too. Please, if you would, like this, share it, and also follow me on Humble Lion Coaching. Also, you can check out my YouTube channel where I will continue uploading not only these, but more content. This is my purpose in this world, to be here with you and to share this message and to give away everything I learn. That is 100% my reason for being here. So I would love it if you would help me do that, and those are the ways you can help me do that. And in the meantime, I hope you understand I am just your reflection of love and kindness to yourself, and most importantly in all we do. And I tell you, this is the greatest thing you will ever know. And when you know this, you'll get why I say this. But the most important thing you will ever know is to know your worth. Have an amazing day today.